Good morning and welcome. I'd like to take a moment to introduce myself. I am Peyton, and standing beside me today is Austin. We will be your MCs during this ceremony.
I would like to call up Riette Breed, Emma Corbett, and Isabel Hillis to lead us through our opening remarks.
Good morning, Dr. Elliot, students, teachers, parents, and community members. I would like to take a moment to welcome our Golden Hills School Division trustee, Mr. Jim Northcott, for being here with us this morning. Thank you to the pastor of the Alliance Church, Jorge Santana, the principal of our tri-campus, Mrs. Joan Bowles, and our Acme Legion representatives, Laura Yock and Greg Taylor. Thank you to the Linden Alliance Church for letting us come together today in this facility. Your generosity is greatly appreciated.
Remembrance Day is an annual day where we remember the soldiers who gave their lives in the line of duty to represent our country's freedom. We also honor the veterans who safely made it back from warfare.
More than 1 million Canadians served in the Second World War. 450,000 soldiers died in service, and another 550,000 were wounded. Those soldiers served in the Canadian Army, the Royal Canadian Navy, and the Royal Canadian Air Force. Now let's all commemorate in remembering those who served in war and honor those who continue to fight for our country's freedom. I'd like to remind everyone to please turn all cell phones off and avoid clapping after every performance.
Thank you for your thoughtful remarks. I now invite everyone to stand and join us for our national anthem, O Canada. Be seated. Let us welcome the grade 1-2 class for their song, Peace, Light, and Love.
Peace before me, peace behind me, peace to my left, peace to my right, peace above me, peace below me, peace to all, peace to the universe. Peace, 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 peace to all, peace to the universe. Light before me, light behind me, light to my left, light to my right, light above me, light below me, light to all, light to the universe. Light, 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 light to all, light to the universe. Love before me, love behind me, love to my left, love to my right, love above me, love below me, love to all, love to the universe. Love, 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 love to all, love to the universe. Love, love, love to all, love to the universe. Love to all, love to the universe. Love to all, love to the universe.
Thank you, grade 1 and 2s, for the beautiful song. I would now like to draw your attention to the screen for a moment. As stated, on Remembrance Day, we honor and remember those who fought in past wars. We also remember those who are involved in current conflicts. We offer our love and support to those affected by the war in Ukraine, and we hope peace is soon found. I encourage everyone to take a moment throughout your day to remember those lost in war, but also acknowledge those who continue to fight for peace and freedom around the world. Next, please join me in welcoming the grade 7 class in a reading of In Flanders Fields by John McRae.
Flanders fields the poppies blow,
Between the crosses, row on row,
that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly.
Scarce heard amid the guns below.
We are the dead short days ago.
We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow.
Loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders field. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw.
The torch be yours to hold it high.
If ye break faith with us who die,
We shall not sleep though poppies grow in Flanders fields.
Thank you, grade 7s. For those that are wondering, the poppy is a symbol that represents not only remembrance, but hope for the peaceful future. Please help me in welcoming the grade 4-5 class. They are joining us to sing Little Red Poppy.
Thank you. That was a beautiful song. We would now like to welcome the grade 5-6 class in the reading of Remembrance Day.
Remembrance Day. A cold autumn wind blows through fields that no one knows.
Bringing hostile winds of November and a hint of things to remember.
Rusty red flowers with seeds laid inside, prompt young voices to ask questions swept aside.
Serene elderly voices answer with pride, carefully hiding the hurt still inside.
Yet even then the scar still remains for the late people left unnamed. May a friend or brother was lost, a father, a son, all a cost.
For the freedom we enjoy this day, for the peace and love here to stay.
Now with November winds here, we welcome with no fear. For now it is time to listen to the stories that always glisten.
A time to think, a time to remember every 11th of November.
That was a great poem to remind us to stop for a moment every November 11th to reflect on the significance of this day. Thank you, grade 5-6. Following, the grade 8 class will be reciting a poem by John Crawford, Why Wear a Poppy?
Please wear a poppy, the lady said, and held one for. But I shook my head. Then I stopped and watched as she offered them there, and her face was old and lined with care.
But beneath the scars the years had made, there remained a smile that refused to fade. A boy came whistling down the street, bouncing along on carefree feet.
His smile was full of joy and fun. Lady, said he, may I have one? When she pinned it on, he turned to say, why do we wear a poppy today?
The lady smiled in her wistful way and answered,
This is Remembrance Day, and a poppy there is a symbol for the gallant men who died in war. And because they did, you and I are free. That is why we wear a poppy, you see.
I had a boy about your size, with golden hair and big blue eyes. He loved to play and jump and shout. Free as a bird, he would race about. As the years went by, he learned and grew, and became a man, as you will too.
He was fine and strong with a boyish smile, but he'd seemed with us such a little while. When war broke out and he went away, I still remember his face that day.
When he smiled at me and said goodbye, I'll be back soon, Mom, please don't cry. But the war went on and I had to stay, and all I could do is wait and pray.
His letters show the awful fight. I can see it soon in my dreams at night, with the tanks and guns and cruel barbed wire, and the mines and bullets, the bombs and fire.
Till at last, the war was won, and that's why we wear a poppy, son. The small boy turned as if to go, then said, Thanks, lady, I'm glad to know.
That sure did sound like an awful fight, but your son, did he come back all right? A tear rolled down each faded cheek.
She shook her head, but didn't speak. I slunk away in a sort of shame, and if you were me, you'd have done the same.
For our thanks in giving, if oft delayed, though our freedom was bought and thousands paid. And so when we see a poppy worn, let us reflect on the burden borne by those who gave their very all when asked to answer their country's call, that we at home in peace might live. Then wear a poppy, remember and give.
Thank you, grade 8s. That's one of my favorite Remembrance Day moments always. I'd like everyone to stand now and join us for the last post, followed by a moment of silence, and then followed by reveille. You may be seated. Could I please ask Cadence Appleyard, Cashin Gore, and Sound Schmaltz to join us on the stage to present our closing remarks.
On behalf of Dr. Elliot's School, we'd like to thank everyone who has come out today to help us commemorate the fallen soldiers who fought and sacrificed for our freedoms. As you all know, Remembrance Day is a time for us to acknowledge the courage and bravery of our veterans and to worship and honor their memory. We wear a poppy to show we care and that we will forever remember them.
For those who don't know, the reason we celebrate Remembrance Day on November 11th is because the First World War ended on the 11th month of the 11th day on the 11th hour. As stated on the Royal Canadian Legion website, veterans have protected the rights and freedoms of Canadians and people from countries all over the world through peacekeeping missions.
We'd also like to thank all of the students for presenting their poems and to the Legion and community for supporting this event. We would now like to welcome the grade 2-3 class who would like to share a song with you as a message of hope and peace in the future. They encourage you to find time in your day to show kindness to others and put a little love in their hearts. Thank you.
Thank you, grade 2-3. Once again, we would like to thank everyone for joining us this morning for our ceremony. I'd like to send out a big thank you to our students and staff for their excellent contributions this morning, and to the Alliance Church once again for hosting us. Thank you to our dignitaries for attending, and all the community members that came as well. Thank you.